From Uma Thurman in Batman and Robin to Kyle MacLachlan in Dune, and even Ewan McGregor in the Star Wars prequels. Here's a list of all the amazing performances that were wasted in some awful movies. Starting off with Michael Fassbender in Prometheus. It wouldn't be fair to either Prometheus or its sequel Alien Covenant to call them terrible. But both of Ridley Scott's Alien prequels are disappointing in their own way. Prometheus had a bad storyline, while Alien Covenant repeats too many sci-fi cliches. But there doesn't appear to be much disagreement on how great Michael Fassbender's performances are in both. His android David is both interesting and scary. He's a man-made entity who's fully aware of how unnatural he is, yet who's still likable even when he does bad things in the name of biological development. In Covenant, when he portrays both David and another android named Walter, the actor really shines. In fact, the best sequence in either movie is just Fassbender acting as both characters. So if Scott gets to produce a third Alien prequel, I'd watch it just to see some more of Fassbender's great acting. Speaking of bad sequels, I can't forget about Grease 2. Well, the original Grease hasn't aged with a whole lot of grace. Its loathed 1982 sequel has fared far worse. Still, Grease 2 had one thing going for it: 23-year-old newbie Michelle Pfeiffer, who was the movie's star. Her charm and talent made up for how bad the rest of the movie was. The actress plays Stephanie Zinone, the ferocious new leader of Rydell High's Pink Ladies, who sings about wanting a cool rider and ends up with Michael Carrington, who plays Danny Zuko to her Sandy Olsen. Pfeiffer was sexy, cool, and charismatic long before she played Selena Kyle, Catwoman, or was mentioned in every other hit song. Actually, you know what? The movie as a whole is a letdown. But the one thing that makes it worth seeing is Pfeiffer's performance as Zinone. This reminds me, there's no way you don't know about this next DC movie. Batman and Robin by Joel Schumacher is thought to be one of the worst big-budget movies ever made. I mean, it almost killed the Batman movie series. But what if we've been misunderstanding it all along? During filming, the director was known to yell at the actors, "Remember, you're in a cartoon." But no one took their job as seriously as Uma Thurman did as Poison Ivy. Her performance in this despised 1997 superhero flick was no less than awesome. She really knew how to pitch her performance better than anyone else in the movie. In this film, Thurman delivers a performance that is both enjoyable and campy as the seductive villainess. Her portrayal of Poison Ivy is truly extreme and over the top, making for a memorable character that fans still love to this day. To quote Janet Maslin, as played by Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy is perfect, flaunting great looks, a mocking attitude, and madly flamboyant disguises. She's often compared to Mae West and has a way of mixing true femininity with the winking womanliness of a drag queen. Oh, and also, how could I forget about Sandy Lyle, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman in Along Came Polly. I have to say, he was a remarkable actor who provided sustenance to even the smallest roles. From Plutarch Heavensbee in The Hunger Games to the bad guy Owen Davian in Mission Impossible 3, he showed everyone what he was capable of. And Along Came Polly, a romantic comedy that was panned by critics, may be the best example of this. After all, Hoffman gave a brilliantly funny performance that stole not just a scene but the whole movie from Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston. He plays Sandy Lyle, a former child star who is seeking to make a comeback with a documentary about his role in Jesus Christ Superstar. And his portrayal as Sandy is hilarious, loud, self-absorbed, and the funniest part of the entire movie. With special credit to the basketball sequence as Sandy repeats odd catchphrases before missing yet another basket. Go watch it right now if you haven't, because his performance is something that can't be missed. Which reminds me, do you all remember Goldie Hawn as Joanna Staten in Overboard? Hawn's performance as Joanna Staten, who's the most spoiled rich girl ever, is one of the best in a movie full of screwball antics and bad plots. Joanna's a wealthy person who's entirely self-centered and bored. She meets her match when she loses her memory and is made to think that she's the mother of 4 wild sons. The movie isn't all that good, but it's worth watching because of Hawn's great performance. In fact, as we're taken through the movie, we get to see how Joanna changes, becomes nicer and more considerate of others, but she still has a fiery temper. That sounds like something that would need a lot of practice to pull off, but Han showed us exactly what we wanted to see. Much like the performance of Kyle MacLachlan as Paul Atreides. What do you despise? By this, are you truly known? To get ready for Denis Villeneuve's Dune, many watched David Lynch's Dune from 1984 again to remember why it was so hated. The main character, Paul Atreides, nicknamed Muad'Dib, is played by Kyle MacLachlan in his film debut. His acting's the only thing that saved the movie from being a bad version of the outstanding original book of the same name. You can already see how it's a hard role to play because of how young the character is when he becomes a messiah. But MacLachlan does a great job and wows the audience with his performance. Speaking of, there's no way you don't know about this next one. Margot Robbie totally owned Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Yep, I'm talking about one of the most controversial blockbusters in recent history. Directed by David Ayer, this supervillain movie was met with unanimous criticism from the critical community. Let's just say the critics were rather harsh on the movie. Although there was one thing that caught almost everyone's attention, and that was how Robbie played the prominent psychiatrist-turned-clown sidekick. Back in 2016, Dr. Harleen "Harley Quinn" Quinzel was the clear star of the third DC Extended Universe movie Suicide Squad. In fact, her Harley Quinn was so terrific and so liked by fans that Robbie was able to get the spin-off picture Birds of Prey, which of course turned out to be even better and gave the character a real chance to shine. And last but not least, how could I ever forget the most iconic performance? Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars prequels. I know. A lot of you guys choose to think otherwise, but the Star Wars prequel movies just aren't that good. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fun, and there are many things to like about them, but they're not amazing. And as much as some disliked the film, there's one thing that everyone mutually agreed on. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ewan McGregor's performance as the Jedi Master, who was first played by Sir Alec Guinness, was absolutely fantastic. In fact, this is one of the things that makes the prequel trilogy worthwhile. Although the shocking part is that in the first two of George Lucas's poorly received Star Wars prequels, Ewan McGregor's performance as Obi-Wan Kenobi was criticized, but by the third, he had regained his feet. He did a great job with the role, and it's great that he was able to say hello there again in a new Disney Plus show about the character. Well, there you have it. These were all of the amazing performances by actors that were wasted in the most awful movies.